what I want to do actually is I'm going to show you a chart in a minute. As you know, I'm always scrambling to pull stuff together. I've been taking our daughter to school in the morning, and that's already like disheveling me even further than when I'm already a pretty disheveled person, and she's disheveled. So we both end up just kind of being all over the place. But yeah, so that's why I'm clicking around. So I want to show you this chart on dividends and why you want to reinvest the dividends. Most likely, again, not investing advice, but this is what I suggest. This is what I do. I own a few stocks that pay dividends. I probably couldn't even tell you what the dividend yield is. I just know that when I get the dividend, I get it reinvested. So let me refresh, and I'm going to show you this chart really quick so you can kind of get a glimpse of it and why black dividends matter. I want all of y'all to have your dividends. All right, so here, okay, let me share the screen. So here is a chart that you can take a look at. This is on my Instagram, which is Dr. Boyce Finance. And on this chart, it shows something called the dividend snowball effect and the impact of compound interest. So this is a stock that has a 5%, it's a stock that has a 5% growth rate. And in one case, you are not reinvesting the dividends, you're taking the money and you're spending it. And in the second case, you are reinvesting the dividends consistently. And I believe the dividend yield is 5% as well. I got to double check that on the chart. But you can see here, compound interest. This is, if you ever want to see what compound interest looks like, this is what it is. This is what mathematically, this is what it's called convexity. Convexity is when you're increasing at an increasing rate. And it's a, or what you might call a snowball effect. If you think about what's a snowball effect, what does that look like in life? Well, a snowball effect means that things snowball. They spiral out of control. Like you've probably seen a movie where it was a snowball effect, where a couple bad things happen. Next thing you know, everything was out of control. Your money should be out of control in a positive way. If you start investing consistently when you're young, then the money snowballs and eventually it becomes hard to slow down the moving train. So you see here, the person that's investing their dividends after 20 years, they're at 46,000. They started with 10,000, both of them. This person's pulling their money out. This is the danger of spending your money. This is what happens when you don't invest or when you invest a little one time and then you stop. Well, then your money grows, but it doesn't grow at nearly as fast a rate. If you don't invest at all, you're like at the zero. You're flat. You're flatlined. You're financially dead. You end up being financially dead if you don't invest. This is why I don't press you guys very often about doing things, but I'm pressing you right now about investing because when you don't invest at all, you're not even on this chart. You have all this curvature does not exist for you. You go what they call linear in mathematics. Linear is it's like pedaling a bike uphill against the wind with flat tires. Do you understand? You're going up the hill against the wind's blowing in your face, and you got flat tires. That's what it's like trying to build wealth as just a worker without being an investor. This is why it is absolutely essential that every black person in America train their children to become investors. You must do that because you got to give them a financial vehicle to survive in an economy that is a moving train. You cannot keep up in this economy if you're not investing. And that I'm just as clear. I'm as clear as paint on this, and I hope somebody will listen. I'm trying to get people to listen. I yell whenever I say it, and I'm hoping that that works. But you know how it is. People think you're just being uppity. Here you are giving solutions and stuff. What's wrong with you? You ain't supposed to give solutions. You're supposed to be miserable. So anyway, with that being said, yeah. So investing is essential, but even how you invest does matter. So a lot of times the temptation when you start investing is to make one investment and then just say, okay, I'm done. I did it. But that's not it. What investing is a culture.